Alright, we started recording. And we are live on air. Hello everyone, this is Olga show for you every Saturday night. We speak live with a Russian accent, as you can tell. You can also find us on Ustream if you want to see what we are doing in our studio, how our guests look, how beautifully we look here. We have a big team of the people working to make sure that you are listening us tonight live. And of course, our program will be available on YouTube. What you have to do, just search Olga Show, and then we will be there for you at any given point in time, at your convenience. Thanks God we have internet, right? So, we have lots of guests today, and one of the guests here already in the studio. Once again, if you want to call us, 408-912-5265, 408-912-5265. So let's see who's going to be our first caller, because we have a line of phone calls already. Who is that lucky person? Okay, got disconnected. So 408-912-5265. Then again, Ustream. Ustream, umbrella Ustream. We are live on air, 92.3 FM. Those who has an internet radio can listen to us. It's U for Universal, 923fm.com, 923fm.com, and then you can kind of listen to us only. But again, it's better to see than listen, right? Okay, 408-912-5265, and we have a guest in our studio. Hello, Orlando. How are you?
It is an honor to be here, Olga.
Thank you being so kind and nice. Isn't it lovely when you have intelligent people on the show?
Well,
Tell me, I know you're working very hard for the past 3 years, making something wonderful and much needed happening.
yes, that's very true. Our organization is called TWIF. It stands for Third World Independent Indie Film Fest, or today we are now making it the World Indie Film Festival. It was founded by Ted Onarze, a good friend, and he is an author, he's a playwright, as well as a filmmaker. And we have created this festival to create, or to make sure that our film directors and film producers from the third world are able to showcase their films, because you must remember that when we say indie film, it is low budget, as opposed to, in comparison to the Hollywood type of a budget film, you're talking about 100 million and so on and so forth. However, with this indie film festival, we are catering to the low budget. Of course, we are not excluding totally the high budget. However, there is a caveat. And the reason why I say that is because the issues that we expect, or we hope, that our film producers and directors, and that are usually entered as a submission to the festival, they deal with social, economic issues, which each and every one of us can be impacted. So when you start talking about human trafficking, human rights abuses, youth empowerment, environmental or ecological issues, those are things that impact each and every one of us. And so that's the reason why we opted for these issues, and we hope that the other film directors and film producers will continue to deal with these kinds of issues that are very beneficial, as well as something that everybody should be aware of. And so we cater to these films, and we hope that we can continue to do so. That's the reason why we started 3 years ago. And so far, we thought we are on a low budget, but thank God, we were able to get a lot of sponsors, a lot of support, and we were able to continue doing our festival. And now, we are on our third film festival, which, by the way, I will be happy to mention that it is now going on. It is held at Fremont, Specifically, it is at Pacific Commons Mall over at Century Theater, 43917 Pacific Commons Boulevard in Fremont. And the city of Fremont was kind enough to support us because you must remember too, we also give recognition to the city. Our film festival is helping to develop the community. And if we can do that by a little commercial application, hey, that's something that we can do. We give back to the community. And luckily, the city of Fremont is able to support us. There are other dignitaries that are in support, and I'd like to mention briefly who they are. Chuck Reed, the mayor of San Jose, Joe Esteves, the mayor of Milpitas, Mike Honda of Los Gatos, Dave Cortesi of San Jose, and of course Congresswoman Jackie Spear. All of them supported in one way or another the film festival that we have. Okay, is there any?
And all of those names you mentioned, I did meet in my life before, maybe 3 years ago, some 5 years ago, some I know more than 10 years ago, and I know they all supported good causes. So very nice people who supporting.
Yes, they're very supportive. Yes.
This movie festival. I know Ted for a long time. We have a similar background in education in biology, so we're saving the world in biology field, the medical field, I would say. And then at the same time, we're so advanced. He even far more advanced. He not only supporting movies festival, but also making his own movies and books.
Yes,
4
that's very
books.
true. Yeah, he has already 4 books. Yes.
And how many movies? I saw 2. He probably made another 2 in the past year. I
Yes,
didn't
a
see
total
him.
of I believe 5.
5 movies.
5 movies. Yeah.
So that's the talented people, my dear friends, that if you are good in something and you're willing to do, you can make things happen non-stop, and you can find the people who are going to support you. How many movies do you have right now totally presented at your movie festival this year?
Well, let me go back to the first festival. We showed our Modern Day Slaves documentary.
That was Ted Movies.
Yes.
That's very impressive. I didn't even know that it exists in our modern life.
Well, true enough, Olga, I never thought also that it exists today. I thought slavery is gone, but it's not. And when you talk about human trafficking, it's a very difficult subject. It's painful, but we have to talk about it so we are aware of what's going on. Because you might believe that when I talk about statistics, because all these statistics I have gotten from friends of ours who support the cause, the FBI, the Department of Justice, and some other good offices of the various dignitaries that I have mentioned earlier. And it's sad to admit that there are human traffic victims here in our backyard in the United States. And it's worse outside the United States where the laws are not enforced. And we hope that this constant talking about human trafficking, hopefully our legislatures, the Congress, as well as other NGOs or some other countries might take up this as some kind of legislation to support human trafficking. It's sad to admit that it is existing still.
Not
Well,
to support human trafficking, but do everything possible not to have
prevent
that,
it,
to
yeah.
prevent from happening. Yes.
Yeah, the laws that were drafted are not very strict at all in my mind, and fortunately there are many that have, just like I believe they have reintroduced the so-called Traffic Victims Act of 2002. Okay, I might be wrong, but it was reintroduced with more enforcement powers given to the police, given to the FBI, as well as the other law enforcement agencies. That's the reason why there is a campaign done by Congresswoman Jackie Spear 2 years ago, called Zero Tolerance Movement. And my wife and I, Cynthia, attended that 2 years ago, and we were lucky to get a little audience with her. And she had told us that she will continue to do this because she believes very strongly we need to eradicate human trafficking. And one way to eradicate human trafficking is knowledge. Be aware.
Be aware it exists, and if you can do something against it, and
Yes.
that would be also some part of our humanity in us, will help us to live a better life in any country.
Yes.
So that's your first festival was 3 years ago, and about the
Yes.
same time in Milpitas, Dave and Buster's in Great Mall.
Right? Uh-huh.
I hope that they support you, not only giving the place, but support you to some way. And that's where it's happened, red carpet, about few days ago. In fact, yesterday I had a chance to see some of the producers and actors, and I'm waiting to some to appear here today after their premiere in Fremont.
Last night, Olga, we tried to convince some of the film producers and film directors, but circumstances did not allow them to come here. Okay. In fact, one of them said she would love to be interviewed and be talking to you over the radio today, but she couldn't because her film called Gawa was being shown in the theater today as we speak, and there is an award presentation, I believe, to her by Ted, and I even thought that I could not even make it for the interview today or this afternoon because I was looking for the award and I could not find it, and so it's not easy to, when you are rattled and you're rushing, you would forget. But I think she will be given the award this afternoon, sometime. Yes.
Tonight. Okay, and of course, would be interesting to find out that that award festival probably will be happening, of course, in Fremont movie theater, right?
Yes. Today it's being held in the city of Fremont, like I mentioned earlier, and it depends on a lot of things, but right now we believe that it's a good place to continue and maintain our stability in one place at the city of Fremont.
Okay.
So we hope we will, with the support of the city of Fremont as well as the local and civic organizations there, we will have the good support and sponsorship and advertisement to continue and supporting this particular film festival.
And I know it's was from 10 o'clock since Friday until almost 10 p.m. That today almost until 10 p.m. and from 12 o'clock on Sunday. 12 o'clock, so people who somebody was not able, actually from 10 o'clock we can start to see the Sunday lineup of your movies presented
Yes.
at the festival, and it would be at Pacific Commons, 43917 Pacific Commons Boulevard, Fremont. It's Century Theaters. Once again, tomorrow you have a chance to see those movies at Century Theaters at 43917 Pacific Commons Boulevard, Fremont. And those movie theaters actually open today until 10 o'clock, so you can still make it before 10 o'clock today if you live in Fremont or close by. And then tomorrow, of course, you can see from 10 to 10 p.m. That's movie festival going on today. And that way you would be able to be part of seeing wonderful movies. Like tomorrow you will see Nothing Like Chocolate from Grenada, Alagva Breakaway Philippines, Journey to Hope, and then you have Johnny Loves Dolores from USA, Philippines, also DPRK, The Land of Whispers from Vietnam and North Korea, The Suspect from USA. Today you would be able to see movie Punjabi India AAB, Surviving the Death Road from Bolivia, and Breakaway from Philippines. So you have your chance. Actually, if you want to see more information, then you should go to call us at 912-5265, 408-912-5265, or check website of www.third world line no third world indie film fest, third
.com.
world indie film fest.com. Again, if you just search on Google search, it just come out right away, third world indie film fest, and you will find more information about that. So tell me about, I know you're trying to bring awareness. What else drive you to make this keep going and happening?
Whenever you see somebody reacting positively to what you're trying to do, to me that is a very powerful motivation.
Mhm.
And I began to realize in dealing with this or in helping out with this film festival, there's a lot of lives impacted. Many of the parents, whenever they see the films like Modern Day Slaves or any of the Alagua, Breakaway, or Journey to Hope, they come out from the movie theater with the feeling that, hey, they have to do something. And to me, that's a very powerful message. If somebody is already motivated, what is the next thing to do? They will ask, or somebody should tell them. So with the support of the other local and civic organizations that we have currently and hopefully in the future, we will tell them we don't want you to be police agents. No, that's not the goal. We want you to be aware of the problem. And if you are aware of the problem, hopefully that will motivate you to do something. And when you want to do something, what is the next thing that one does? You ask. Now, if you ask, just like Olga said, call her Olga show at 408-912-5265, or call us TWIF, which is 4087181334, and tell us what you wish to do, and we can refer you to the various civic and local organizations that are already doing what we wanted them to do. Okay, there are many organizations that are doing the same thing that we're doing, but it's just a matter of coordinating with them. And I'll be happy to admit, I would love to, or Ted, our founder, would love to partner with any civic or local organization to help out and support this case or issues of socio-economic issues, including human trafficking and so on and so forth.
I would like to know a little bit about you and just see why life put you where you are, or why you chose to be where you are right now. So tell me please, where are you from yourself?
Oh, my name is Orlando, and my last name is Yabes. I am from the Philippines, and we came to the United States back in 1975. So I've been here now for so many years, and with my wife, very supportive wife. Her name is Cynthia Rualo Yabes. I'm very happy to have made my career here in the United States, and I'm extremely delighted whenever I see other people doing what I have done, making their careers here in the United States, because here in America is still the land of milk and honey. There's a lot of bumps, there's a lot of problems, but it can be resolved. Okay, the freedom that we have here in the United States are something that we cannot afford to lose. Okay, and that's one thing that I really appreciate when we immigrated from the United States. However, it doesn't mean that I am turning my back on my original native country, Philippines. No, I am still a Filipino. I love the United States. Okay, I'm a Filipino American, and I would love to continue to support the Philippines. And I believe that we can do a lot of things by doing like the film festival, which I'm glad Ted Onarce had that vision to create. And so when he told me years ago, hey, we need to do something to help the community, and he thought of the film festival, and that was uh, something that clicked in my mind and said, I will support you all the way. So I guess to answer your question, Olga, when the opportunity presents itself, you just don't back away. You're supposed to keep knocking.
Yes. Now, when you came to America, United States of America, did you have education? Why did you come here as a student,
Oh
looking
no,
for
it's
work?
no, it's a. I am already settled in the Philippines. Okay, I have two masters. Okay, I have 4 degrees actually.
Would you please tell us what degrees? So for those
Okay,
who
I have a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. I have a Master of Arts in Philosophy. I have an MBA in Marketing/Systems. Okay, I'm very good in industrial engineering. I've taken the units leading to the degree, but I did not purposely finish the degree. And I also have a Bachelor of Science in Accounting. Okay, however, this having said all of those no, not honorary degrees, because I actually studied and I'm very good at it. However, it doesn't mean that we are all, I don't want to feel like, hey, I'm now full of authority, full of intelligence. No, the more intelligent you become, the more humble you should be. Okay, because knowledge is given to you by the divine being, because I believe in God. Okay, if somebody believes that, hey, it's personally intellectual, I can tell you it doesn't work that way. I always believe that, hey, intelligence is something that you can develop, right?
So you came here and you learned with all of those 4 degrees,
Yes,
and then you came directly to California,
yes.
and then you started to work. Was it easy for you? Did you know English?
Oh,
Did job was waiting for you?
Funny you mentioned that, because in the past, in 1975, looking for a job was not easy, but it was quick. Uh, when I applied first time here in America, I was a little bit dumbfounded to land at that time as a clerk, when back in the Philippines I was already a director.
Okay. So you were like
So-
from director to the clerk, okay, with all of your 4 degrees. Okay. Did you know
Yeah.
English?
Oh yes, the medium of communication in the Philippines is starting from kindergarten all the way up, all the way to the postgraduate, including doctorate, is always English. And then it's the way, I guess English is a universal language, and just like anything else, if you want to learn, you better speak it. And
Okay.
so I speak Tagalog, which is the national language in the Philippines, as well as a dialect called Ilocano. And so if you learn that, it's easy to speak it and converse in it, and plus English, so that makes me trilingual, correct?
Right. So here you are, you started again as a clerk. Did you
Yes.
look back and say, hey, I'm going back to Philippines because I'm director, I'm well respected, or I have to start a whole new life all over again? What was going through your mind at the time? We have like 3 minutes before commercial break, so don't worry about
Oh,
it. That's why I always. But we will continue after that. So
Yeah, it's nice to go back memory lane, but then hey, there are so many ups and downs when you are here in America, because it's not easy. It's a performance-driven type of a job, right?
right.
Okay, and I for one had my family already, and so the first thought in my mind is, what can I do to provide for my family? And so my first thought has always been, I have to provide for the family. I never thought of myself. I always thought of my family. And so whatever I can do to make a better job, okay, then that's what I did. Anyway, I was fortunate enough that in my search for jobs, I was lucky to get a manager's position, analyst position, and then I was able to do my own business, just like what Ted did in his life. And after that, after so many years in this case, communications power industries, and then I also worked for Tesla Motors. Okay, I started to believe that hey, I think it's time to retire. So I'm retired.
Retired for how long now?
Oh, I've been retired for more than 3 years now. Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah.
3 years you retired, but you not just sitting at home.
Yes,
And
I'm not a couch potato guy.
You're doing a third world indie movie festival. You're working on all of the issues come up with in the world, human trafficking, against human trafficking, and slavery, against slavery. And that's what you're doing. You're not just sitting at home. You're not
Yes,
relaxing.
I totally agree. That's why I advise all the retirees, if you can support if you have something to give, please give, be a steward, help out the community, and if you can do that, hooray for our community and humankind. So please help.
Okay. So we will have a commercial break in a minute. Actually, just right now, you're listening Olga show. We will come back to our guest, Orlando, who came here to talk about the Third World Indie Film Festival, which is going on right now in Milpitas and Fremont, especially Fremont Century Theaters. And you listen in Olga show. Please find us on ustream.com under Olga show and U923 FM if you don't want to have video. Bye. Out.
Thank you for